Welcome to Subramani. Uh, from my dress, you know that I'm on a vacation. I'm at Ambisoli, which is part of my Masai Mara trip. We met two people at the hotel after finishing our trip. In 2-3 days, we had seen about 50 lines, and we had seen a kill. We had seen a big set of 8-9 lines plan a kill, position themselves beautifully, and like an army general would have done, and planned to kill a buffalo, which didn't happen. I mean, I'm sure they went again, planned again, and killed, and all those things would have happened, but we did not see that execution. That execution was bad, but the planning was amazing. So we came back to the hotel, and I told one lady that the kill which you saw, or rather the eating of the water hog which you saw, we saw the kill, we saw the stalking, we saw the chasing, we saw the kill. It was a little one, so it was a very short one, maybe 1 minute or 1.5 minutes is what the total chase and kill would have lasted, maybe even less than that. Then that lady and another man whom we met, whom we said we saw 50 lines, he said I saw 2, right? So both of them said, oh, you're lucky. That set me thinking on whether it is luck or whether it is very good planning and execution which made us do that. Like the choice of where to stay, because you want to stay inside the jungle so that you don't spend too much time traveling into the jungle every day. The choice of driver, you pay a premium for getting the driver. The choice of vehicle, we had a vehicle which was completely open, where we could lie down and take photographs, right? Lie down on the jeep and take photographs. All others have a high rise, so we could not get animals at the eye level. So all this planning added to our luck. So how much of this is repeatable? Most of it is repeatable. Morgan Housel says that if it is repeatable, then it is not luck, it is skill. But luck plays an important role in the world, make no mistake about this. But if I say you got lucky, you feel, I put in so much of effort, this guy is ignoring my effort. And if I say I got lucky, people think, oh, he's just being modest or does not want to share what he did. So when people ask me what you did in equity, I tell them it's a very, very long story. What I did, why I did not panic during bad times, and why I did not ever have to withdraw during good times, which is luck. So all those things put together is what creates your equity wealth or real estate wealth or anything. So the whole process, some of it is luck, some of it is process, some of this is repeatable, some of it is not repeatable. In my life, what is not repeatable is going back to 1977, 78, 79. Could I ask George Fernandez to again say all these companies should go out, Facebook should go out, Google should go out because they don't have an equity base in India and they have to do an IPO and at a price controlled by CCI? No, that's luck. Luck of timing, that at that time my father had spare money, he allowed me to apply, he also applied and we accumulated shares. That is the luck part. The skill part is holding on to those shares. I keep repeating this story. 1,250 rupees in Colgate invested is now worth 1.75 crores. Maybe it has changed a bit in the last 1 month, and it gives about 2,25,000 dividend to my mother. So this holding period of say 25 years on either side of the year 2000, about almost 50 years of holding, that is skill, and that is repeatable, because I can again buy some share and hold on for 10, 15, 20, 40, 50 years, whatever, forever, like what Buffett says. Better is asking, Morgan Housel says, ask the question, what isn't repeatable? What isn't repeatable is luck. So it isn't repeatable that I get to George Fernandez and ask him to get me good quality companies at price controlled by CCI. Today, even if there has to be an issue, the issues will be at a much lower price. So random events which you did not see coming. So let us ask this question, was Jeff Bezos lucky? Was Bill Gates lucky? Was Warren Buffett lucky? Was Mukesh Ambani lucky, taking domestic examples. Look at Warren Buffett's timing. Warren Buffett has been an investor during the phase of American hegemony, right? So they ruled all over the world, they changed governments all over the world, and they did whatever they wanted. I remember Hirakud Dam, when it was being built, we had World Bank aid, and World Bank aid said you have to buy cement from US. Right, so these kind of market conditions all over the world was created in the last 70-80 years of American Datagiri, and that is the time when Warren Buffett has made his money. Over the next 70-80 years, would Warren Buffett be able to repeat it? Of course he won't be there, but will his company be able to repeat it? I don't know. I mean, that's the only answer I can give, is to say, well, he has done it. There is no denying that he has done it, but probably not. Even anybody, whether it is Mukesh Ambani, whether it is Anil Agarwal, whether it is the Birlas, whether it is Amazon, whether it is Bill Gates, any of them, will they be able to repeat the circumstances? I mean, Rockefeller, many of them when they were in business, and you look at what all things they did, they look like robber barons, right? So the kind of things that they did, you will not be able to do. The kind of things which brokers used to do, charging 2.5% brokerage, they cannot do. So if that is how you created wealth, you have to know that some of it is not going to be repeatable. It is very important to know the difference between skill and luck. Like Sachin Tendulkar, did he get lucky or was he skillful? There is absolutely no doubt that skill played a role, that his parents, or rather his elder brother, his family rather, allowed him to play cricket. In most Indian middle class families where the father is a professor, there is a good chance in 7th standard or 8th standard they would have pulled him and said, no more cricket, you have to now concentrate and become a clerk in State Bank of India or something like that. That's where they would concentrate. They would say, no, you have to become an engineer, right? So that didn't happen. So that is luck. He had the luck to show his skill. Of course, what he has achieved in cricket is phenomenal, whether it is he or Tiger Woods or Federer, any of these people. But the chance to get there, being born there, I mean, if all these three people were born in sub-Saharan Sahara, you wouldn't have heard about them. I mean, there is this law in evolution which is quoted by Morgan Housel, which he calls the Dollo's law of irreversibility, that says once a species loses a trait, it will never gain the trait back, because that path which gave it the trait in the first place was so complicated that it can't be replicated. Take a typical entrepreneur. This is not something which I am recommending, but one entrepreneur who had to get from Mumbai to Silvassa. It was in a hurry that he had to go, and 4 o'clock he realized that he has to go. What he did was, he got into Rajdhani, and exactly where he had to get down, he pulled the chain, jumped from the train and went. Will his son ever be able to do this? No. Will his employee ever do this? No. I'm not even recommending, but some of the things which an entrepreneur did is a trait which is lost for him itself. Will he be able to do it 20 years later? Answer is no. So some of it cannot be done by him. So he, at that heat of the moment, he did that and reached Silvassa, perhaps the fastest time which he could to reach Vapi. So at Vapi station, he pulled the train, jumped off the train and ran away in the darkness. And he did this, right? So not very many people can do that. And if you can't rely on those forces repeating themselves as they did in the past, obviously some of the things which they did, then there is clubbing provision. For example, once upon a time people may have been able to transfer income from them to their children. Today is it possible? No, because there is a clubbing provision. Will that provision ever go away? Answer is no, right? So some of those things you will be able to repeat, some of them you won't be able to repeat. And we learn wrong things. For example, when the dot-com bust happened, people learned that you should not trade in internet stocks, right? So the same people who are dealing in internet stocks, who lost a lot of money, then they learned that you should not trade in internet stocks. They went and started dealing or flipping homes. So they would buy one house, when it appreciated, they would sell it or buy another house. So they did that. and then they got wiped out when the housing boom crashed. So what your real learning is, don't leverage, don't trade, don't take position far beyond your capacity, right? So those are the learnings. So the deeper learnings one loses out, and then say, oh, my bad luck that I lost money in internet stocks and I lost money in house flipping. No, you lost money in doing things which you didn't understand, and in leverage. Both these things are hurtful. So you have to understand, you have to get the right lessons. When you learn the right lessons, then it is very clearly a skill. When you don't, then you blame luck. So is it, how much of all our successes is luck, and how much of it is hard work, planning, skill, training, is very difficult to find out. But it is very important for us to sit and you're not diminish. I'm not diminishing myself by saying we got lucky. Of course we got lucky. We saw 50 lines in 2-3 days. Most people end up seeing 2 or 3 lines. They don't see a hunt, they don't see a kill, right? So we saw all of that. So that is tremendous amount of skill in planning by Wildscape expeditions who organize the trip, and our luck that it did not rain and it did not, all those things. I mean, Masai Mara rains are absolutely unpredictable. We went during a non-seasonal, I mean a non-rainy season, but we had a problem, right? So if you see the kind of things which people did, I mean, whether it was Rockefeller controlling distribution, or Indian companies controlling distribution, or Indian government controlling licenses, I think those things are not going to happen. So many Indian entrepreneurs made money simply because they could control the licenses. Today, will it happen? No. So see how much of skill, how much of luck is there in your portfolio. I would admit tremendous amount of luck in my portfolio, and that keeps me grounded. Thank you.